I'm Willie Mae Mciver for Beyond the Praise. Today we have the pleasure of having with us gospel recording artist, Broadway producer, writer, playwright.
Most important,
What is it?
your friend.
He is my friend. It's
For
Bebe Winans.
years.
Yes, for years. We grew up together in this business, this industry.
Yes,
How
and you're
are you?
looking good.
God is good. I'm just trying to represent the AARP crowd well.
It's funny that earlier today I was talking to a friend and he said he was so depressed. He turned 50 and he got depressed because he said he saw AA. I said, "Oh no, we're different." I couldn't wait to get that card.
I know, right? Me too. I buy it 2-3 years in advance, paying in advance.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm like, love that card. Pop it out everywhere. Jack in the Box, hey. Hey. Olive Garden, hey. IHOP, hey. I sure do. Love it.
I'm telling you,
Love it.
that's great. But I'm telling you, it's been a pleasure for me. I think aging. People don't understand the beauty of aging, especially when you take care of yourself.
Yes.
And it's important that we take care of
It really
ourselves,
is.
And you're doing that.
Thank you, and so are you.
Thank you.
And happy belated birthday. You just celebrated a birthday.
55.
Are you 55?
55,
God is good.
girl.
Wow.
Oh
That's
great.
great.
When did that happen?
I know, right?
I was
Time
12.
goes by fast.
I was 12 a week ago.
Right, and all of a sudden, you have done so much in your 55 years.
Yes. And it's exciting about those things that I have no idea I'm going to do.
I know it. I know it. You're excited about the next 55 years.
Yes, I am. I am. And I take it a day at a time.
That's all you can do. I am so excited. You've got new music out right now, too.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about your latest single.
Well, He Promised Me, which is I love simplicity.
Yes.
And so this song to me is one of those songs you can hear one time and you can sing it the next moment.
Yes.
You know? But beyond the music and the arrangement of the song,
Yes.
to me the message is so important for us to understand that everything God has promised us, He does not slack on His promises.
Yes.
All we have to do is mature to that point where we believe Him.
You're right.
And they will happen. And so right now in my life, I am living those promises.
Yes.
I am living those promises, and I'm seeing the abundance of God. He's not broke.
Right.
No matter what the economy is doing, what's happening in Wall Street, God is not affected.
That's
His
right.
riches is not affected with
That's
that.
right.
And so sometimes we pour ourselves into those things and we forget that God has promised us, to supply our every need.
Yes.
So there's no worry there.
And that song, it's a humbling sound to it, very soothing when we can be all frazzled and everything, and then you hear that song and it just kind of
calms you
down.
And
It does. I've used it for that.
This is good.
It is, so it's working.
This is good. I think it is important for us to stop for a moment and to realize God is with us.
Yes.
He's for us. He's not against us.
Right.
And that reality, I think, with this song is doing just that.
Yeah,
it is. Get myself together.
It is.
So I'm excited for everyone to hear that song as well as the rest of the album.
Yeah.
I think you'll be really blessed by it.
Tell us about the rest of the project. When is it coming out and what can we expect on it?
Well, I have it. I've just been waiting for that moment, and I believe we're going to release it in October.
Okay, great.
But you have songs that are part of the musical that's on this album.
Great.
As well as 3 additional songs that are not in the musical. And so I have people like Lady Tremaine, who sings a
love
song.
her.
Oh my!
Her voice has never changed over the years.
When I say unbelievable, unbelievable.
I believe it.
She sings a song that's entitled "Time to Get Spiritual."
Yes.
And it talks about us losing our natural minds and understanding that God works here.
Yeah.
And faith, if you mature in your faith, you come here and you start believing those things as though they were.
Right. Right.
So we have that. We have Marvin Winans joined me on a song called Book of Life.
Okay.
My sister Debbie.
Oh, okay.
Margaret Bell.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Wow.
So it's been a great collaboration. And some of the artists that's on the album are some of the principals in the musical as well.
Yes. Oh, that's great. Tell us about the musical. Born for this?
born for this.
The Bebe Winans story.
Yes.
You got a story too.
So, oh my Lord, when I step back and even
Take
in
a look.
the 10 years that I took writing this, some people know our music and people think they know about my family, but they have no idea
Yeah, I knew
really
the
about
story.
our story,
Mm-hmm.
and so it talks about the coming of age. Really, the musical is the coming of age of me and my sister's journey, and there would be no BB and CC if it wasn't for Jim and Tammy Faye
yeah.
Baker.
Yeah, you're right.
And so
That's where I first saw you. I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Who are those
It
two?
was
They're
Jim
so cute.
that put us together
Yeah.
to do Up Where We Belong. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for that, there would be no BB and CC as far as
Kind of starts there. That's where your
it starts
story
there.
starts.
And so it takes us through that journey. It would go back to mom and dad and how we were
Yeah.
raised and our family
Okay.
and various things that happen in life where people really sit there and say, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they think it just was so simple.
Yeah.
And life is not simple.
Did you get everybody's permission to tell their
No.
story? Oh no, they saw it when they saw the.
They saw it
musical.
when it opened.
Oh,
and
no.
In Atlanta, Georgia, I wouldn't let no one read the
Oh,
script.
my gosh.
I did. And
Okay,
so I had
so
mom
nobody's
on
mad
this
at you,
side,
right?
I had Jim Baker on this side,
Oh my gosh.
and the rest of the family, and they were in tears.
Okay, good. They were okay
in
with
tears.
it.
Oh,
Okay.
they loved it.
Oh, great.
And they were proud. And they were just surprised because as we talked earlier,
Yeah.
everything about the production from day one was Broadway.
Yeah.
And so they were very proud of what I had worked and put together.
And speaking of Broadway, is that your next move?
That is my next move.
Oh, praise God! Praise
I'm
God!
excited.
You set it up for a Broadway production,
I
so
did from the get-go.
Yeah.
The set designer and the costume designer, 6-time Tony Award winner. It sometimes we feel as if when we represent God, we don't have to represent Him here.
Yes.
And I just believe different from the get-go when it came to me and my sister's recordings and everything else that I was a part of. I believe God should be represented in a first-class way.
yes.
So if it's going to be theater, it's going to
gonna
be
theater.
It's
Wow,
theater.
that is great!
Thank
oh my gosh,
you.
Broadway. This year, first quarter.
We were thinking next year,
Okay.
spring.
Okay, that is so exciting.
Yes.
That is so exciting.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. I'm so excited. About
I am too. So that's been one of your dreams to
Yes.
get to Broadway.
To do this production from day one, I knew it was Broadway.
Okay.
And so I didn't wonder
Okay.
and sit back and worry myself when.
Yeah.
I knew it
was gonna
would,
happen, yeah.
but and to my surprise, it's happening a lot earlier than I thought it
Yes,
was. But
yes.
from day one, it has been successful
Oh my
at the
gosh.
box office in the
That's great.
Atlanta run,
Yeah.
and the DC run, and the Los Angeles run.
Wow, I'm so happy and so excited for you because I know you've been wanting to do it for a long time.
Thank
So
you.
congratulations.
Thank
But
you.
you're doing so many things. Even before the Broadway musical came up, because we're going to call it that from here on out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, speaking into existence,
Yes,
if it was so. You did some things with Oprah's Greenleaf program.
Yes.
How did you become involved with Greenleaf?
Well, see, that again, we were doing a reading in 2015 of the musical.
Oh, okay. Goes
And
back
so
to
I
musical.
told her to come by, Cicely Tyson come, and various other people in the New York community, in the Broadway community, come by for the reading. It was just a simple book reading.
Okay.
My niece was playing
Yes,
Cece.
she's so good in
And
it.
Oprah came, and after about a month later, she called me. She said, I'm going to send you a script. I want you to read the script and tell me what you think about it, because I want you to be the musical director. And then I want you to look at the character Charity, because I would love for you. I think your niece could play that character.
Yeah.
Before she get it out, I said, oh, sure she could. I don't know what you're talking about. She's made for that character.
That's right.
And so before we even launched the musical,
Yeah.
Joy
Yes.
was accepted for Charity.
She is great in that role. She was made for that role. She is really good in that role. Wow.
Very proud of her.
Yes.
Very proud of her. And writing music, Oprah says all the time. She said, I can tell you, call you up and say, write a song about tissue, and you can write it real quick. And I love writing, and I've always loved writing more than even singing.
Okay.
And so it's something that I've studied. It's something that I've continued to do, and people have no clue that I've written some of the songs that I've written, and I continue to do that. And so when it comes to the musical and Greenleaf, there's a song that her Charity sang in the first episode called Testify. You know,
I remember that. Yeah.
And just excited about the things that are happening.
So you supervise all the music that we hear on...
Some of it. So the first season I did all those things. And so it's just other, you know, the musical has kept me from doing any other, you know, thing because it really consumes you.
Right.
Know? It does.
I'm sure it does. Lord. Well, and back to the musical, and speaking of musical director, I heard that Donald Lawrence is the musical director for your Broadway musical.
I brought him as the supervision over all the music. Yeah. And I didn't know in the beginning, because I called Donald before we even got started. And told him this is what I was doing, and this is what I wanted him to do. And he said, okay, I know you, baby. It's going to be a couple of years before you need me. I was like, what are you talking about? And so, long story short, I found out afterwards, he went to school for Broadway.
Oh, yeah,
for
he sure
theater.
did.
I mean, he majored in that.
He sure did.
It was like, wow, okay. So he has been absolutely enjoyable and excellent in this role.
That's great. Okay, so you've got Greenleaf, you've got the new project that will be coming out, you've got the Broadway musical. What haven't you done that you'd like to do?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I will say there is films, there's movies.
Oh, great.
That
you're working on?
Television series, yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
I'm working on.
Great.
And I love being on this side of the camera. So I don't know if you'll see me. Sometimes I get pushed out there by friends, and then I get angry because I let them push me out there.
Right.
But I love being behind the camera, and so I see a lot of those doors opening, and I've been writing. I just been writing.
Anybody that you'd like to collaborate with that you haven't yet in the industry?
I'm sure. I think there's singers that you know, that I haven't collaborated with, and I do know, such as Barbra Streisand.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah. And we've talked about it. We'll see what happens. But you know what? I wake up with an excitement and an anticipation about what God's going to do with that day. You know,
one day at a time.
And we can have our own goals, and sometimes we realize, oh, you don't have. That wasn't your plan.
Right.
Take me where you want me to go.
Right.
And so the older I get, the more I become more comfortable in His will. And just living for that moment, because the opportunities will present themselves.
That's right.
All we have to do is be ready.
Yes.
When they come.
Yep. I'm ready to receive it.
Yeah.
So how do you want to be remembered when God has called you home to be with Him? What do you want people saying about Bebe Winans?
That's an easy one.
Oh,
and
great.
I adopted it from my father.
Okay.
My nephew, Marvin Jr., at the funeral at my father's homegoing, he showed a video clip that he took of my father. My father was working on a car that would probably never run again, because we would laugh. If my father worked on it, it
wasn't gonna run.
It's done. And so it was his pastime, and he was working on it. And my nephew asked, he said, "Granddad, how do you want you to be remembered? What do you want your legacy to be when God takes you home?" And my father looked up at him. He said, "I want to be known as a man who forgave."
Oh.
And from that moment on, I said, that's my legacy.
Oh.
I forgave people who hurt me. I forgave people who did me wrong.
Yes.
So I want to be remembered.
Oh, that's great.
As a man who forgave.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, that was easy. That was easy. I am so excited again for your new single. What's it called?
Thank you. He Promised Me.
Is it available for digital download?
Download on next week.
Okay.
He Promised Me with Tommy and Toby and Keandra. And I'm telling you, I'm more excited to even sing that song than I am to hear it played.
Really?
Oh, it becomes a whole nother beast.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I'd like to see you perform that live. Is there a video?
Oh, we're going to do the video as well.
Okay.
But I'm excited.
I want to see you.
You can get me out.
Okay.
because I enjoy that delivery of that song, because
Such
to
a
me
great song.
it is a part of who I am now.
Yes, it is. It is. Wow. What now, Bebe? How can our listeners and viewers get in touch with you?
Well, I am not social media savvy.
I understand.
But my Instagram, Bebe Winans, and Facebook, same BebeWinans.com. And you can find me as well on bornforthis.com. You can see everything, the videos.
Oh,
You can
great.
keep in touch with where the musical is going and the music that is coming out, and follow us there. I am excited about what's going to happen and what's happening in my life, and so it's all for people.
Yeah. It's not about you.
It's not about me. It's about the people. And so I'm excited to come out there and deliver a message that I believe is timely and important.
Yeah, especially in today's time, the world we live in right now.
Yes, we need to know that His promises are
That's
true.
right, and hold on to them.
Yes, ma'am, and that's what I'm doing.
Thank you so much for all that you're doing. Continue
Thank you,
success
love.
too.
Thank you.
And keep in touch with us.
I will.
All right.
Anytime you call,
Yes.
I answer.
God bless you.
Thank you, love.
Bebe Winans, I'm Willie Mae Mciver for Beyond the Praise.